Hello everyone, welcome to Contrarian Row. I am the Contrarian 357. I was watching YouTube one evening, and I came across this video in which CNN resident communist Van Jones was interviewing Jay-Z. And the title of this video is Jay-Z refers to Trump as Superbug. And my very first question was, who gives a crap about what this Illuminati puppet has to say about politics? You know, I said this ought to be interesting. So I watched the video, and of course I found it to be one big clap trap. I was so offended by the pretentiousness that I felt the need to comment. Now, my initial comment was, it's a shame that these leftists actually care about what these low information celebrities think. Then the idiot started to comment on my comment. For example, Devil Within wrote, "You'll never accomplish what Sean Carter has if you lived another 300 years. Sit down, faggot." To which I replied, "You are absolutely right. I will never accomplish what Jay-Z has. I would never sell dope to other black people, sell to black people a thug lifestyle that he gets paid handsomely to push, while his sheep go to prison portraying the filth he spews, objectifying women." There I go on to recite lyrics that Jay-Z performed in a song called Monster with Kanye Pest. Murder, murder with black convertibles. Kill a block, I murder the avenues. Written cover to village women and children. Then get a platform where he can pretend to care about the plight of ordinary black people and the treatment of women. You are absolutely right. You can go back to swinging off Jay-Z's balls now, faggot. Jaron Lacey replied, "Shut your ass up. Laugh my ass off." To which I replied, "Go listen to a Jay-Z album and go to prison, sheep." Baby OG replied, "You really quoted a song he snapped in? Bruh, flag on the play. Just let us make our art. So what, it doesn't appeal to you? Your opinion is invalid." To which I replied, "So I am to ignore these lyrics because it is quote-unquote art? This isn't not art, it is poisonous garbage. My opinion is completely valid. Jay-Z's entire platform here is invalid because he's a hypocrite. So anyone can put out any vile, disgusting crap, but just call it art, and it's fine." For example, this woman here, Marina Abramovic, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, can display a mock spirit cooking ritual in which she's eating the flesh of a human corpse. Seems over the top, does it not? But she calls this performance art, and it's fine. See how that works? To illustrate to y'all how grotesque Jay-Z is, here is him mingling with this witch. Oh yes, Jay-Z is a far better example for America than President Trump.
So if you want to listen to what Jay-Z says, follow Jay-Z's model, Mr. President. He's a strong guy, he's a rich guy, but he's willing to be confessional, he's willing to grow in public. If you do the same thing, America would be a lot better off.
I don't know about y'all, but I'd rather be a pussy grabber than a devil worshiper. But that's just me. Maybe y'all are different. So, Jay-Z is a good example for America. Mind you, CNN is the same network that said that Jimmy Kimmel became America's conscience. Jimmy Kimmel became America's conscience because of his cries for gun control after the tragedy in Las Vegas. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I bring you Jimmy Kimmel, America's Conscience.
You have 10 seconds to then guess what is in my pants. You ready?
Set.
Go.
It looks like
You should use two hands. Two hands. Wow. Jesus. You're gonna make a fine wife.
What the hell, man? Keep in mind, Jimmy Kimmel became America's conscience at a time when Hollywood celebrities were being exposed as a bunch of perverts. Why are these degenerates given platforms to lecture us peasants about morality? This is insane. Now I want to go over one more comment, then I'll continue from there. Anyway, West replied, but Jay-Z overcame his circumstances to become a billionaire and give back while you're sitting on the internet spewing hatred. Ha ha ha. To which I replied, so did Nino Brown in New Jack City. Your point? Yeah. Wesley Snipes, Nino Brown, overcame his circumstances as a low-level drug dealer to become CMB, Cash Money Billionaires, and he gave back to the community that he was selling dope to. You see, he gave Chris Rock, Pookie a whole turkey and everything.
Will you get this man something to eat, please?
Oh, yes.
Here, you want some more? How's that? Here, look, here, how's that, all right?
Oh, man.
Now, Jay-Z started his career, quote unquote, enabling the addictions of vulnerable black people by selling them dope. And he overcame his circumstances by enabling the degeneracy of young, vulnerable black males by selling them dope in the form of this damn rap music. Jay-Z has overcome. Meanwhile, his black fans looking for powerful black males to emulate are living the hard knock life and ending up in prison. While Jay-Z can walk away to live his life as usual. It's like a form of slavery. Although not physical, it's psychological. But Commie Van Jones feels like Jay-Z is the one to lead the discussion about racism and the maltreatment of women. Now, here's Jay-Z wearing a medallion of a sect of the Nation of Islam called the Five Percenters. Now, this group believes that the black man is God and the white man is wicked. Here, Jay-Z is wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt. And Jay-Z and his bimbo wife like to vacation in Cuba. And here's Jay-Z pictured with Fidel Castro. These two commies hated black people. Jay-Z's an idiot.
In this Me Too moment, and this Time's Up moment, does that give you hope for your daughters? I mean, how do you make sense of this new rise of women's voices?
This had to happen to purge itself. You know, men who've been in position for so long, and then of course, if you're in that position of power to abuse your power, you get drunk off success. It's like human nature if you go unchecked. It takes a really special person to have that sort of power and not wield it.
Not abuse it.
You know, it has to happen. This movement and everything that's going on and this what we're finding out, it's like everything else. It's like racism, like everything. It existed the whole time, and it's almost like we normalized it. It's not about money at the end of the day. Money doesn't equate to like happiness. It doesn't. That's not missing the whole point. We treat people like human beings.
More money, more cash, more hoes, biatch. More money, more cash, more hoes. More money, more cash, more hoes. More money, more cash, more hoes. More money, more cash, more hoes.
Murder with black convertibles. Kill the block, I murder the avenues. Written cover to village women and children.
Jesus Christ. Hypocrite. Now, I posed the question earlier. Why are these degenerates given platforms to lecture us peasants about morality? Well, it's important to note that, like establishment politicians, celebrities do not work for you and I. They answer to a higher power. The deep state, shadow government, Illuminati, whatever you want to call it. This group is out to tear down society as we know it. And these puppet celebrities, along with the media and academia, serve their masters to indoctrinate the sheep, to divide society along lines of race, gender, class, faith, etc., etc. And all the while, doing so standing on top of the moral high ground that they've created for themselves. All the while coming to you in the name of peace and love. And unfortunately, most of us will fall for this because, well, we worship these celebrities, and celebrities know best. To break down any society, you need to make morality relative, to make good evil and evil good. And while doing your evil, just call it art and you'll get a pass. Do what thou wilt. That's why somebody like Jay-Z, with all the things that he represents, is able to act as though he is benevolent in the eyes of the zombies, because we have lost all sight of absolute morality.
One of the guys said, just make sure to ask him before he leaves, is he in the Illuminati? And I said, no, I'm not going to ask that, but are you?
I'm in the new Illuminati.
Shut the f*** up!